Hello, wonderful family. This is your boy Quintini. You already know the name. I'm so excited to be with you today. I've missed you guys so much. Yes, I'm Quintini. With you, we are Aquintini. Quintini in my local dialect means a traveler. So with you, then you become travelers. That is Aquintini. Yes, I'll be so excited and super excited for you watching me right now to join this community so we can build a new Africa now. I want us to use this platform to inspire, to motivate, to encourage people all over the world, the black continent or the Africans all over the world, African diasporas all over the world, and everyone who believes in Africa to see Africa as their motherland. Yes, so I want you to join. This is your boy Quintini. Today there is a topic I want us to discuss. Very important. You know, with this topic, anytime I try to talk about it, then I start blazing. I just start blazing because the love we have for the continent is too deep. Yeah, it's too deep. Yeah, shout out to anybody that is watching me right now. I believe in you. I love you so much. But please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Your subscription means a lot to me. Let's build this community together. You know, what I want to ask is, why are the African diasporas not investing in Africa as fast as it's supposed to be? The African diaspora, why are they not investing in Africa as fast as it's supposed to be? Is there anything, are there any problems hindering them from investing rapidly in Africa? What is hammering them? That's the question. So today's topic is based, is solely about the African diaspora. Today we are going to talk about the African diasporas, our own people. It could be me, it could be you. That is why it's we are building the new Africa that we want to see now. Let's use this platform. Share this video to a friend. Share it to somebody. Let it inspire somebody also watching right now. Share your comment in the comment box. You are a family. I love you. That's why I said with you and me, we are Aquintini. We are travelers together. Actually, in this world, we are travelers. So the meaning of my name, Quintini, simply means a traveler. Why are the African diasporas not investing in Africa rapidly as they're supposed to? Is there any problem? Because the way Africa is being taken by the world, I don't understand. I can't really think far. Why the African continent is taken by the world, the rest of the world, and our African diaspora, who has really made it. They've really made it. They've really made it in life. That can come back home. They should come back home. They could come back home to invest in their motherland, are sometimes refusing and turning us down. They are sitting behind. They are watching from behind, while the Chinese move in their people to take what belongs to them. The African continent, don't think it's for me. It's not for me alone, it's for you. That is why I'm Quintini. With you, we are Quintini. With everybody watching right now. Whether you're an African American, you are an African European, you are an African born living in the Western countries, don't feel so comfortable because you are not comfortable. Just like you have made us not comfortable. The land that people are fighting over, everybody wants to take part of it across the world. The Chinese, to mention few, they all want part of Africa. It doesn't belong to me as an Quintini. It belongs to you. Any African watching me right now across the world, Africa is for you. You know why? I don't know whether you were born in Americas, whether you were born in any part of the world. Let me tell you this. Your grandfather's father's father was from Ghana. It was from Nigeria, or from Kenya, Botswana, Mozambique, South Africa, Burkina Faso, Niger, Ivory Coast, Sudan, Gambia, Uganda, Ethiopia. Mention. They are from here. Do you get it? They are from here. But the truth of the matter is, you are letting something that belongs to you being taken by strangers. Now the Chinese are all over Africa. The Europeans, everybody, they all want part of what belongs to you. So what are you doing? What are you doing? You are always welcome. I don't know why you don't want to come. The African diasporas, why are you not coming to invest in Africa as it's supposed to be? Please share this video. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Why are you not? You sit behind very comfortable. You are comfortably enjoying wherever you are. You are not comfortable. Wait till soon. The Africa continent doesn't belong to us. It belongs to all of us, not me. It belongs to everybody. Every black person watching me right now. Africa belongs to you. If your great-grandfather was alive, he owns part of the wheel, which is your property. So if you sit behind to watch the Chinese and the Westerners to take all, look at you, you've made it there. Invest, impact. Be proud of yourself. Come back home. Come back home to the motherland. Africa loves you. Come back home. We need you. So I still don't understand why you are not coming to Africa. They tell you they were living in the trees. They were living on top of trees in the caves. It's not true. Were they living on top of trees at the first time they came here? No, we hosted them in our homes. Just like that. We are lovely people. Like I said, African diaspora is not only color, it's a state of mind. Being a diaspora, there are a lot of African Americans, African Europeans, who says, we are not Africans. I'm an American. I'm not an African. I'm an European. I'm not an African. I'm from here. I'm not here. So African diaspora is just a state of mind. Anybody who thinks good about African, I consider that as an African diaspora. So if you are an African diaspora, to be precise, a black person in Africa or living outside Africa, a black person who was born in Africa that has migrated or went to settle somewhere in the Western countries, an African who was taken into the Western countries through slavery. We need you. The Chinese come to Africa. All the rich continent, all the rich countries, they claim Africa is the poorest, but the poorest continent have all the rich friends. Just think about it. Yes, we are the poorest, but all our friends are the rich people in the world, and they keep visiting us each and every day. They keep visiting the poor friend, the pauper, each and every day. What's the secret? So our brothers and sisters living in abroad, just sit behind and analyze, watch. Like I said, share this video. The Africa continent is for every black person living in every part of the world. I quote. And I can prove to you that wherever you are living is not for you, because it was there before you were taken there, or it was there before you went there. But this is where belongs to you. At times I sit and I ask myself so many questions. So what of the African, like precisely the African Americans, like the superstars, the billionaires, like what are they doing? The musicians, the actress. Don't just come to Africa to take pictures. No, we've seen it all. We've seen it all. Don't take pictures only. Anytime I talk about things concerning Africa, I just go on fire. Don't come to, if you are a musician in Western countries and you feel like you want to come to tour in Africa, yes, we respect that. You are not supposed to tour where it belongs to you. Why will you tour your own house? You shouldn't tour your own house. It belongs to you. Come. It's for you. Come and stay. Make an impact. It's just like living, guys, just like living in your own house and you choose not to sweep, and you go and someone comes to sweep and you come, you feel it very, you see it very attractive, and you start taking pictures of your own room because you didn't clean it up and someone else came to clean it up for you to come, your own house. Just think about it. So if you're an African diaspora, the question is still, why are you not investing in Africa? Mention of the top musicians that has really made it across the world. The Jay-Z's, the 50 Cent, the Kanye West, who, like, just to mention a few, actresses, don't just come to take pictures. And at the end of the day, most of these African diasporas also sit there to complain. They'll be like, you know, the Chinese are taking what belongs to us. The Chinese are exploiting Africa. They are exploiting Africa. They are doing this. They are doing that. You know, the Americans, the Europeans. Then what are you doing? I will be glad for you as an African diaspora to exploit me. You need to exploit me because the continent is for you. I'll be glad if you move in to exploit me. If only you can watch me to exploit me. If only you can watch me to exploit me. I'll be glad for you to exploit me. I'll be glad for you to take the gold. It belongs to you. Your father owns that gold. You see, Congo, DRC, the gold that they are fighting over, that you sit where you are comfortably, always complaining and saying, why are they taking the gold? Why are they taking the gold? The gold is for you. You decided not to come for it. When the African diaspora come to Africa, I respect any African diaspora who decided to move to Africa. Big ups to you. That's the greatest decision. Africa needs you. I'm not saying everybody's supposed to, but if you really think you are and you've moved in, I respect you. We all respect you. We love you as a family. We really love you as a family. Let me tell you this. When the African diasporas come to Africa, they take pictures and videos and they go back. When the Chinese are coming, even in their first time of stepping into Africa, when they land, they go straight to the bush, the forest. They build something like a small tower, at times some short houses. They build very short houses and they move in. One person comes, the next person, there are two, there are three, there are four, there are five. They've established. The Chinese, see, the only reason why if you're an African diaspora, you complain about how Chinese are exploited, the Chinese mean business. They know the continent belongs to you. You don't even value it that much. You only prefer the history. But let's build a new Africa now. Slavery was done. Yes, it is done. We've not forgotten the history. But we will not lie on our history to forbid progress. We won't. When the Chinese come, they move straight into the forest. You know the common car the Chinese usually buys in Africa? Pickup. Their first car they usually buy is pickup. Because they know where they are going with that pickup. Into the bush. They love pickups. Yes. The first car is pickups that they would like to buy. They don't even want to live in the capital. Whilst some African, some Africans who have traveled overseas, live there, or some African diasporas, when they come to Africa, when they come to Ghana, they want to live in the capital city itself. There is no money there. I'm not saying you cannot establish a business in the capital city. Just watch what the life of the people you claim they are exploiting, of which is true. Watch their life and live the same. And see if you cannot make impact in this continent. Africa is for African diasporas and all Africans in the world. Don't think that any continent can develop Africa for you. Not the Chinese, not the Americans, not the Indians, nor anybody. The development you think they are developing for you, they are taking something bigger than what they are giving you. Because it took only the Chinese to develop China, like I said, Indians to develop America. So, we need you. Put the corruption aside. Yes, it's one of our weaknesses. But I'll be glad for a son of an African diaspora to be a president of Ghana one day. Just like Barack Obama became the president, the first black president in the United States of America. I'll be glad for an African American, African European, the son of that person, to be a president, because we need you to make the impact you want to see. We need you to build the Africa now, the new Africa now. Your son can be the president because you deserve it. Your grandfather was the slave then, so your son must be the president now. Bring them home, bring them. When you come, don't stay in the city, don't live luxury life. There are a lot of African diasporas living in Africa. They only live luxury life and that's all. They go home and all that. The Chinese are here. When the Chinese come, they want to live far from the city, establish themselves, build some wooden structure with some roofing sheets, and they live in, they have their pickups. They buy their tools. They are going to the forest. They are going to look for the goats. They are going to cut the timber. So if you are an African diaspora and if you think you can bring in a machine, okay, that can process that timber into furnitures, so you can also sell it, brand it and sell it, or export it to other countries, even to other Africa countries. I don't think those other Africa countries will end up importing them from China or any part of the world. They will buy from your company. For instance, there's a big or a giant furniture production company that is owned by an African diaspora in Ghana. Do you think Nigerians will not buy it? You can export to Nigeria, even if other part of the world doesn't want it. Nigeria, Kenya, Mozambique, Tanzania, they will all take it. We can trade within our own self. But we rather let the Chinese come for the timber. They cut it, they don't process it, they take it to their country. Whilst even people, some students even don't have chairs to sit on. Machines employ Africans, and I don't think when you employ Africans, they are your brothers. I don't think you're going to pay them $60 per month. I know in the Western countries, $60 is just like a day. Here, people pay $60 a month. At times, $50 a month, excluding transportation, excluding what they eat. And at the end, they take the raw materials all away, and they process it and they sell it where it's very expensive. So we always sweat for nothing. So African diaspora, what are you doing now? Will you always come and take pictures? Will you always come and... I know there are people who are investing. Thank you. We love you. We appreciate you. But those who think they are very comfortable, you've been bound, your hands, you are in chains and shackles. Because yes, 1, 2, you start rioting, you start demonstrating. See, no matter how fat a fowl or a cock will grow, can never be like a peacock or an ostrich. And no matter how big a sheep will grow, can never turn into a cow. That is the fact. It is the truth. A sheep can grow fat as much as he or she wants. It can never turn into a cow. So remember, if you think you are not an African, you are deceiving yourself. You are an African. Have you ever seen a sheep turn into a cow? No. Have you ever seen a fowl growing as big to turn into an ostrich? It will never happen. Don't deceive yourself. Do not deceive yourself. And don't be one of what we've heard in the history, in the 14th century, the 15th, the 16th century. Man, we don't need pictures. We don't need pictures. We believe, yes, we believe in our tribes. We have cultures. You've heard about all the cultures. Yes, we know. Tell your son that I want you to be the president of Ghana one day. I want you to be the president of Mozambique one day. And your son will ask you, Dad, why I'm an American? He say, no, you're an African. Dad, why I'm an European? He say, no, you're an African. So you are going there. You are going to be the president in the next 13 years to come, 15 years, 25 years to come. So let's go there. We are going to groom you to be the next president. Whoever thought a black man will be a president of the United States of America? No. Whoever thought an Indian will be a prime minister in England, Britain? No. So believe in you. If you think others are corrupt, Bring yours. We want you. All right. So yes, the name is Okwentini. Thank you. You know, I'm getting hotter and hotter and hotter. Anytime I talk about African people and the continent, I just be on fire. I keep on blazing. So if care is not taken, we will discuss and talk and talk and talk and talk. Yeah. So please join this community. Let's build a new Africa now. In my next video, I'll talk about why most African diaspora do not survive in Africa. Some African diaspora comes, they survive. Some come and they'll be like, oh, I tried and I didn't survive, I need to go back. What are you going to do back? The Chinese people come, they survive. And now CNN and Al Jazeera will show you the video and they'll be like, hey, they're exploiting DRC, they're exploiting. If you give it to America, they also exploit. If you give it to Europe, everybody want to exploit. But I'll be glad for an African diaspora to exploit me. I'm telling you. Like I said, African diaspora, you might think it's just about color. I'm talking about state of mind, the heart, the love. Because at times our own people even sell us out. Our own people, our own Africans. So you, being an African, living there, watching DRC on news, and you sit there comfortably, your hands are still in chains and shackles, and you think you are so comfortable, and they show you pictures and videos, and you claim you're sympathizing with Africa. No, you are not sympathizing with Africa. You are not being real to your own self. Man, you're not being real to your own self. You are never sympathizing with Africa. They'll be like, they are exploiting the continent. You know, Africa is the richest, but it's the poorest. Have you been to Africa before? No, you've not been to Africa. Yes, you've not been to Africa before. So if you sit there and say, Africa is the richest, you know, what you've been told, have you seen it? You need to come see it. When you come and you see the opportunity, the channel, the route where they are passing to exploit, use the same route. And I don't think you will exploit your own people. You won't. You will not exploit your own people. Just follow that route. Then you can know how we can manage this continent well. Because when you follow the route, the next person will follow you. And by the time you realize, even the African diaspora they've all taken the continent. We will be happy.